Good morning. It's just after 8 o'clock Saturday morning, the 13th of August, and I just woke up. Fell asleep probably somewhere around 10:30 last night. I think it's the last time I looked at the phone anyhow at the time, and then again waking up just now at like 8. So that's it's like 9 plus hours. Um, and this is the third night in a row that I've gotten 9 plus hours of sleep. So my mom, I'm telling this, mom, so that you can be happy and not worry about me getting my rest, because this is 3 nights in a row that I've gotten over 9 hours sleep, which I think I'm just kind of getting caught up and making up for that deficit, because I'm having no problem sleeping this long, and it is sure hitting the spot. But I can see myself here in the camera, of course, and yeah, I mean, I still look rough, but I just woke up. Say my eyes are puffy, mom and other people has mentioned, just how I look, that I look rough, but when you just wake up, and I don't know if sleeping in a tent makes a difference, sleeping on the ground, but I mean, I think I'm gonna look rough regardless. It's just life on the road. But anyhow, just blessed to be here, and just outside of Ely, Minnesota, and got here yesterday evening, and uh, rode around a bit, saw the town, and went to the grocery store, the Zups grocery store, and out there in the parking lot before I left, I had a woman walk up to me, all excited, and she's like, I have a Hemi, and so we talked there for a few minutes, but her name was Ann. And yeah, like I said, she's got a Himalayan as well, and she's a new rider. And I told her that that I am also, that I just started riding last year. But yeah, so it was great to meet you, Ann, and good talking to you. And um, she like I said, she's a new rider, but she's anticipating, it sounds like, doing some riding, getting her bike maybe maybe squared away. She was asking if I had, everything on it was, or if I left it stock. I can tell she's thinking about tweaking it a bit, which a lot of people do. I was just telling her that I had added the mirrors. I think they're Ram mirrors, and then the Rotopax gas can. But other than that, it's pretty much stock. But anyhow, it's great to meet you and good talking to you there, Ann. And two, yeah, just riding around Ely. Just a neat town, man. It's just very just outdoorsy themed, water themed, I guess, more than anything. It is the gateway to the Boundary Waters, I guess. I heard it said yesterday by a woman I was talking to, and yeah, the Boundary Waters are legendary, and it's I'd heard of them before, and it's kind of one of the places I guess I would say I've always wanted to go to. I'm in the area. I really won't be experiencing the Boundary Waters, of course. Not getting out there in a canoe. I mean, that's the way you see it, evidently. And yeah, that said, all up and down the street, there's like I can't tell you how many canoes I saw. It was like canoe rentals and just all that. And like I said, the town seemed like it's just all about the water and about canoeing, which is pretty neat. Um, let's see what else. Being here in Minnesota, I'm definitely in bear country again. Last night, as with the night before, my first campsite there, 2 nights ago, I did walk my food bag away from camp a little ways, saying "Hey bear," every once in a while, let them know I'm coming. Um, and plus I'm sleeping, again, got the old bear spray with me again, and yeah, but it's bear country. Minnesota is definitely bear country, so it's one of the things you just got to take the bear precautions. It's all part of it, and maybe even Lord willing, I'll get to see a bear or two. Hey, but that said, actually, seeing bear, that is the plan this morning. Is coming in. I had heard that this town had these things, and then I saw I saw him last night, or at least a sign. I drove by the bear sanctuary coming in last night. Ely has something, or the Bear Center or National Bear Center or whatever it is they call that. I drove by that one last night, and then also on the other side of town, I saw the sign for the National Wolf Center, something to that effect. So yeah, I'd like to hit both today, and maybe see some bears and wolves. I need to make peace with the wolves anyhow. After that one trying to have me for dinner, I feel like I need to see one and just like I said, kind of have a moment with it. Let's see what else. I did want to mention the roads. From really these past few days. Going all the way back to Malta. When we left Malta, we were on Route 2, and we were on Route 2 until night before last. When we rolled in here to Minnesota, we were still on Route 2. I'd gotten off of Route 2 over in North Dakota when we went down to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. We got off the Route 2 then, and then pretty much most of that next day up until late in the afternoon when we made it back to Minot. That's when we got on Route 2 again. And again, the next day was coming across Route 2 until, like I said, evening before last over here in Minnesota. We came in on the edge of this little town. Well, I don't know how big it was. I say little. I mean, I don't think it was too big, but it was decent size, I guess, because there was a lot of traffic and just decent amount of roads and just everything going on. You can tell rolling in, it was probably going to be a decent size little town. But it was I wouldn't even begin to know how to say it. It was Bemidji, I think is what it was, Minnesota. And from there, we branched off on Route 71, and we went northeast on 71 just a little ways, not quite to Turtle River, and then we got that that State Forest campsite. But then yesterday, we got back on 71, and we went through Turtle River, Black Duck, and 10 Strike. And then up to North Home, and then North Home is where we got on Route 1, and we were on Route 1 all day yesterday coming across. Route 1 and other routes, it would get on another route, mix with it for, a while, and then it would veer off again. But, those towns yesterday, too, I just thought great names, Turtle River and Black Duck. 10 Strike in particular, I noticed coming into it, I think the sign said that it was... the population was like 156 or 186, something like that, one or the other. And then even, and then North Home, that I remember for sure the population there said it was 155. And again, North Home is where that amazing restaurant and those good people were there, the Shining Light Cafe. And I did want to mention that again as well with, I talked about meeting Ivan and Katie, and said that they were they were riders. But a little bit more about that. He was telling me though back in 2007 he was riding his Harley, and I think he said he was going about 100 miles an hour, 105 miles an hour, and he went into the death wobble, I've heard it called before, and lost control of the bike and wrecked and hurt himself pretty bad. Talking about how bad he had cracked his skull. And so it sounded like, it was a very bad accident. But he said, the Lord had more for him, it wasn't his time or something. And I think, well, clearly, that is the case. God definitely had more for him, and he still does because he's still with us. So, and then Katie, too, they were just talking about when they had got married. They got married in Daytona, I guess, on their bikes. They were riding, and either this other couple got married at the same time as they did, or they were actually riding with them. But either way, it was another couple got married with them, And but she was like, yeah, we were wearing our do-rags and all. So it sounded like they had like a biker wedding back in the day. So that was cool. And again, just good people, man. It was just so great to meet you guys and to talk to you. And I believe, if I understood correctly, that Katie is the aunt of Teener, and Teener's the woman who owns the restaurant there. And again, I had met her, and just good people. So just God bless y'all, and great meeting you. Let's see, wildlife. I talked about being back in bear country. Well, also campsite, the first campsite, night before last. Um, uh, I was laying there, I probably hadn't been laying down too long. I hadn't went to sleep yet, but all of a sudden I hear white-tailed deer. I guess it came up on the camp, and man, it was snorting and blowing and just making all kinds of ruckus. And it was out there for quite some time. It was just clearly put out that it was probably a deer trail. Actually, where I was camped, looking up through the woods, I could kind of see a trail going up through there, which was probably the deer trail that it was following. And it was just all put out that that I was there, and it was just certainly letting me know, because like I said, it was just snorting and blowing for quite some time, and I could hear it kind of walking around. Might even been stomping, because it was, like I said, just making all kinds of noise. And probably, I mean, from the sound of it, probably a big old buck or maybe a big old fat mama doe, because it definitely had a set of lungs on it, all the noise it was making. But that was cool. I mean, that's the first time this whole trip I've had a deer. I've been camping everywhere. I haven't had a deer snort at me this whole trip until that night. And let's see, I was thinking there's and then yesterday morning there at that campsite, both in the tent, I heard it first, and then when I was outside the tent, probably breaking camp, I heard loon calls. So that was really cool. I might have heard loon calls another time this trip. I was about to say that was the first time, but now I'm not sure. But either way, heard them yesterday morning, and I've said before, that is one of my favorite sounds in nature. So that was a real thrill and a real bonus. And being here in Minnesota, maybe Lord willing, I hear more of that. Or even in Wisconsin, and again, Michigan, Maine, all those good places. All those places are good. Is a good loon country. So let's see. I think that's it. This is actually replacing a video. I did a video in here in the tent last night in the dark with the headlamp on again on the old red face, and I just didn't care for the way it turned out. Just some of what I said or how I said it, and just I didn't care for it, the look or anything. So this is replacing that one. Oh, something new I did say in that one that I wanted to. It's the tent's wet, and it did rain during the night, but it pretty much rained on me all day yesterday. I got absolutely drenched. I mean, soaked to the bone. And